we were requested by the man Nutworthy himself to explain how we do a corrupted gauntlet. You know, just trying to farm the pet. This is for him, especially. So shout out all the boys in the chat. We're going to be doing this live. Let's hope for a really good room. You don't really want to worry about resetting. The biggest thing is maybe bringing Lunars and the runes to cast Vengeance prior. Make sure your quick prayers are on Protect, Vermilion, Piety. The first thing you want to think about is go opposite of the boss room, because that's the closest you'll get to the end of the room and find demi-bosses. The demi-bosses only spawn on the first 3 sides of every side. So the north side, there's the first 3 rooms on the wall of every side. I'll explain it better when we get in there. You'll understand what I'm talking about with a little bit of practice. So always remember, just get your feet wet. And you don't really have to worry about resetting. That's like if you're speed running. But yeah, make sure you just fenge up and head right in there. Immediately find the boss, see what it's praying, acknowledge it. It's praying melee, not a big deal. You go opposite the boss room. Now, there's a couple ways you can do it. The thing I like to do, focus on, you need to find the demi-boss. So we have a bear. You also want to look at what you're finding. We have roots here and 2 herbs here, which is 2 potions. That's all I get. Boom, 2 demi-bosses. So this is range and melee. If I didn't see that Dark Beast right here, I'd probably make a staff on my first back. I'm just fishing right now because I'm explaining it a little bit more. But now we need to find mini guys. We have our armor here as well, right? Nope, we only have 2 parts of our armor. So we have the roots and the ore here for our armor. So we'll mine the ore. We'll drop the pickaxe. You don't need that anymore. You just need 3 of each. We're gonna look for minis now. We're getting kind of trolled on minis. We know what we need to make. Normally I'd make a staff to kill these guys, but since I know I'm going range melee, oh, there we go. There's our minis. If you're gonna hit them while farming, you can put on your staff. But if you're not gonna hit them while farming, then just punch them. Take your staff off. Yeah, so farm that. This is their second to last piece. We just need to get an axe spot after that. One of these guys is gonna drop a frame. You gotta kill 3 to get a frame. 3 minis to get a frame at least. So now that I finished that, I can take my hammer actually off. I'm gonna pick up this. You can flick. Boom. There's our frame. And we saw earlier it was a bear, which is melee, and a dark beast, which is range. So now we're gonna run over to the bowl. I always like to drop a couple fish here because the idea is we're gonna get level 1 armor, make our bow, 2 vials, attune your bow, and drop a couple fish here. I usually like between like 6 and 8. We dropped 5. And now we're gonna go kill our final our demi bosses before the boss room. I'm gonna pray nothing really, just because what I can do here is while I'm killing this guy, I can actually chop this tree. This is something you get good at just from speed running. I'm not really. This is 0 time to finish my armor. It's the last thing I need. So we'll kill this guy, finish our armor, drop the axe. So now we have all the pieces of our armor. We just need a few more shards. We have enough shards, however, to hit it twice with the pestle mortar and drop it. That's for our 2 potions that are gonna be right here. 2 roots right here. Oh, never mind. We just need 1 because look at that. We get a leaf off this guy. We get our spike. We get our second frame, so we don't need any more frames. Now this guy is also near a spot. We can shoot this guy and fish at the same time, which is really nice. Boom. And the raid's pretty much over. The whole room's over. I like to get myself close to a full inventory of fish with full level 1 or tier 1 armor. All right, that's done. I can actually fill up my vials while I shoot this guy. Psych. Fill it. Fill it. Psych. Never mind. Don't know what's going on there. Someone can probably explain that better than me. But yeah, now that we know he's dead, we just need some fish. And to be done. We don't need another frame. We have a telly out. We'll grab a couple more fish and probably be good to go. Boom, fish. All right, well, so we're a little full here. Drop that. Telly back. We have 5 fish on the ground. Shards to make armor. Level 1 armor. We're gonna finish attuning our weapons. Now we need 1 more herb, and we're a little low on fish, but I think we'll be okay. We got 5 here. Some in our inventory. Put that there. We do have to make our other weapon. So we're making a halberd. If you're learning, I would not recommend going melee. We just grab these extra 5 off the ground. Then we just always remember to cook your fish. I like put my weapon there. We can pop one of those potions and we're good to go. A little low on fish. I'd recommend if you're learning to definitely get more fish, and halberd's not easy to do. So I have vengeance still. This is when we like to use vengeance. We're not in a rush. We're going to explain what you want to do here. I like to run under the boss and try and force a melee off the start. Obviously, you don't want to start with the boss. If you have the time, you can wait for the boss to get off the wall. Otherwise, you'll have to peel it yourself. So now that we start, we can go right under it. Let it stomp me for a 9, which is just terrible. And it's back on the wall. I'm going to pull it off the wall now before I get swapped to melee. And I have these tiles marked here. These are the safe spot tiles for the last phase. So, and I also have the boss set, so it visually shows me. I have it tagged different colors for when it swaps phases. This is so I can visually see when I need to swap between my bow and my staff here. And we're just taking it easy. Usually I wait till I get relatively low before I take the time to like turn off my offensive prayer and eat back up. There is an audio cue for when that attack, when he's like gonna swap styles, and you want to be praying before this thing shoots. All right, so right here I hear it swap, so I'm already praying, and right, like, boom, that's when the damage is going to transfer. So you really don't want to be late missing prayers, because these things can definitely like spank you, especially mage. And you always want to be aware of the prayer turning off here on mage. There we go, another swap. I'm 39 HP. I'm going to take the time to heal up here in a second. Now's a good time because I'm on range, especially. I'm going to back up. It did not turn my prayer off. Boom, eat up. I'll even pot up. Back, turn my offensive on. Stay away from these nados. You know, you'll get better and better at lacing your attacks and as you're dodging nados, but for learning purposes, I would just really recommend avoiding them. Boom, there we go. Prayer off, back on, swap to melee. And I'm just hovering. These tiles that I marked aren't really useful until this boss gets under 30%. Back to range. We're getting closer now. We have plenty of food. Prayer's okay. There's another stomp. I'd like to swap it. There we go. It swaps, which is nice. It's super, or I mean, it's way easier to attack the boss with range while there's nados than with melee while there's nados, because, you know, you gotta be close to, you know, you end up doing circles around the boss. So now we're at the last 30%. This is when these tiles I marked come into play, because the floor will never be on these tiles on the last phase. These 8 that I have marked. So it's very nice. I never have to worry about the floor. Obviously, when nados come out, I still have to move, but for now, I can be confident in not having to worry about the floor. Nados are out. I'm going to start potting. Keep prayer up. Except for my offensive, I'm just going to eat food. Boom. Not worried. Stay away from the floor. Swap to range pray. And it's pretty close to over here. Sometimes you just do no damage. My offensive aren't on. I'm using the wrong style. Whoops. Lost in the sauce. No worries. Combo foods. You can definitely go combo foods for learning. I never find the need for them. I just like to honestly take my time when I need to eat. I just take my time and step away from the boss when I need to eat, and then I heal up to full and then buy my time till I can do that again. So it's gonna be hard to melee here. It's the last 10% or so. I'll try and get a couple melees. Looks like we're doing it. Go around the boss. Perfect. Back to our safe spot. Swap back to range. There we go. Last 10%. I do not know how to Wooks walk. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can like speed it up, but that's the basic idea behind it. Making tier 1 armor, getting yourself 2 potions, 2 tier 3 weapons, and now the pet. Boom. Not bad, huh? But yeah, that's like a basic idea. To like run through it again, you really want to get 3 of each thing. So you've got to find 1 root, 1 mining spot, 1 cloth, 2 herbs, and then on the first back you want to really have a frame, and then you want to have an idea. If you don't know what demi bosses you have, you make a magic staff. In that situation, I knew I had a dark beast and a meleeer, so I made a bow. Attune that, go kill your demi bosses, and then perfect your weapons, make your armor, top off your food, maybe probably get a full inventory of food with 2 potions in your other tier 3 weapon, and then yeah, you can obviously utilize it better and better as you do it. But that's the basic idea behind it. And yeah, we'll do it again, just another rundown. Boom. I see 2 meleeers here, which is nice, and a lot of things like two trees here, fish, 2 herbs, beautiful. So I'm not gonna use it yet. I really just want to scope out what demi bosses I have before I maybe grab a frame. So that's the demi bosses for there. There's nothing. We did get our other cloth. The tile locations, I can definitely do that. I can import the tiles. So there we go. We have a dark beast. There's a mining spot back there, right? No, I'm just gonna mine now. Not really risk it. Drop the pickaxe for room. Yo, we got tinies here, which is sweet. Insta killed him, no frame. I can hit this guy while I go for my cloth. Let's wait for the XP drop. Boom, smack, beautiful. No frame still. I can't. No reason to hit that guy. We'll get 1 herb for now, and we'll go back to these guys, I guess, while we fish. But yeah, we're like 2/3 of our armor. Here's the other bit that we need. This guy's 100% going to drop a weapon frame, which is nice. There it is. Boom. Boom, done. Now, what do we find? A dark beast. Okay, so let's make another bow, I guess, because it could be a melee. Usually you'd make a staff, but 2 of these. We don't have any fish to drop, so I'm going to drop just a little bit of armor pieces just so I have room for more fish later down the road. Twice with the pestle and mortar, drop it. We have 2 empty vials here, because if we run into a fishing spot, we can fill those up while we fish them. There's one there. We'll check this room while we're killing this guy. Okay, and there's our dragon. So the run's basically over now. We just need more fish. Yeah, I can definitely import. What's the button? You like right click? Is it export ground markers? I have a character limit. I hit a character limit. Maybe I can like whisper it to you or something. I'm not a whisper you. Alright, he's dead. Both demi bosses are dead. Or Discord, I'm just download the tile pack plugins and all I have to do is search the Gauntlet. Oh yeah, I think it might be in the Gauntlet tile pack plugin. He might be right. So now we're done with this. We have all the armor pieces we need. We have a fishing spot here. Maybe this guy will give us fish. And then watch, you can fish, vial, fish, potion, fish, potion, fish. And that's like 0 time. So we just need a few more fishing spots and another herb. And we're looking really good. Bang. Let's get more fish. Not a lot, but no reason to rush. Take your time. Make the potion. Fish in between. This guy's getting the head. Boom. Any fish? Another telecrystal. Don't need it. Might have needed the shards. We'll see if that's an L. That move. We're just looking for maybe a few more fish, right? Not the bear. A few more fish and we're goated. Nope. You can 0 time hit those guys while you run by. At this point in the run, I'm just really looking for a few more fish. There we go. Lovely. Should be good. That should cover us. Drop that one. We can drop the harpoon, grab that fish back. Good to go. Now 3, 4, 5 armor, bow. Wait, I already have a bow? So what am I making? Staff. For a second, I got stumped. Now we're good. Drop these shards. Don't forget to cook your food. Put the staff in the right spot, please. Now we're all good. It's praying melee, so we can just go in. We still have our vengeance. Stomp me, daddy. Stomp me, daddy. Another 8. Not good. Of course, this ain't. Why can't it be like a 50? Mage in range is real nice. You can always be pretty safe from the boss. You can always DPS during NATOs. Listen for that swap Q. Gotta have your prey up before it attacks. Very important. Alright, 16 HP is way too low. Let's just turn off prayer and eat up. Not turn off overhead, but just turn off the offensive for a second. Catch our bearings. Now we're back up to full. Back up to full throttle. Last 50% to go. First swap. Move and shoot. We're going to the boss. Very nice. Don't let that bitch turn your prayer off. Now is when the safe spots come into play. Till she stomps the ground again. Beautiful. Final 20%, very free. I'm gonna take the time to eat up again. Pray mage, just eat up. Sometimes I like to leave my last dose of potion in case it really goes bad and I might have to do like an emergency redemption, you know? So we'll keep that in pocket. Might not be a terrible idea if you're learning to make a third potion, I guess. Depending on how long it takes you to get to this point. But yeah, that's kind of just how I do it. I'm not perfect by any means, and I definitely plank, as people know, but it's just 2 kills. Basically with my thought process as I run it down. A lot's going on, but I hope that made sense and like what we're trying to do and achieve. Like there's so much extra time, you just got to take your time and slowly get better and better. Try not to rush, because rushing is like your worst enemy unless you're going for the time. I have all the combat tasks completed for that mother effer. Both Hun lifts completed, and I love that. I'm so glad. That shit is but yeah, hope that helped you out. Shout out to the boys watching the stream. Check the description, might find something you like in there. Peace out.